Abusia from will be a kwaba at the back Tofiakwa TV, Time TV on YouTube and also on Facebook. Bidding at the Big Brother GH the Maestro. But they can't catch us say a bo. I mean Duba Kuna say a pemu pepe pa. Yet nase near making sure say some of the trending political stories are ekosu ewe ye mono betimi di apra wona bibia etimi di akoyi e di ama wate ase ye man no ya manyon sem no sebi e ya na chia e wo say etimi kebi na yetene no na ye de si e kwantene ne so se na be ya menu mi no man na ye wo mu no e betimi aboa na ye develop oman no eyi na bibia etimi akoyi e di ama sa afei e na wo de o kasa video na say o phone no wetimi aswitch and say wetimi tune in on Facebook and also on YouTube Tofiakwa TV and Time TV. I remember Kwaba Edba political update. Yes, it's been a while, but then there sounds what's na say. Ye baby di jumedi no kama nediama. Nene in some na mede bano anoding. In some na mede bano anoding papa say emre etimi eboya betimi agrante one particular interview be na wetimi ehun nsem na because in some na mede bano anoding papa I was saying me room na betimi at the amount na bibia etimi ekoye but menche war this kind of stories no I was say you room na mede an in-depth analysis any a lot of things etimi at the bro me catch say oh hemia make sure so betima share dia mami share subscribe it na comment say efamami live on YouTube what is Tofiakwa TV on YouTube and also Time TV also on Facebook and at the same time on YouTube share like it na subscribe it na efamami na bibia intimi enkoye medin at the Big Brother GH the Maestro mene abrante pa ya success in the AD jumedi no the time it ya OP pianema at the tosuma na bibia intimi ekoye at the my fidi iso etino and then you bedin komo but over these particular weekends, and I say free Sundays, Monday, a lot of stories need to be trending. I was sending the home update it me at the bro. But the first headline I was sending the bro is about Shatawale Enra. The self-acclaimed dancehall king in Ghana, Shatawale Enra, and I say Enrechi, yes, Yoko, boss Raymond Archer, it me a pekino. Or the call the office equal to tone and no kakra ewo honum but per report in summer a woman said Shatawale over last week or last 2 weeks may be breaking some name may be down as the reason why Shatawale will be wanted by the Iyoko, that is the boss Raymond Archer. Come no be first will be invited Shatawale Amanaba Iyoko office no to me proceed some sort of investigation be any Roman Archer no or one kasa a duty in order a pay for that kind of investigation but then it is a direction a free the US Attorney General and our direct the Yoko boss that's Raymond Archer say oh investigate Shatawale on one particular Lamborghini beer almost feel say it was stolen in US but then Nipana of fire no ebedi one particular man be your friend Daddy Buta or no currently as you speak Omotimia extradict no Amnako US or but no coin jail in close to about 20 months currently as you speak. Lamborghini no hon sensem no omu hwemu no Shatawale ehonsem ebomu it also mo friend no edin call Yoko office no motimi kototo na no mede muntremu ebetimi aba na bibia etimi akoye but enra no ometimi free Shatawale ya granting the bill and everything has been successful but then on countless occasions no ya the honsem ebetimi abro na bibia etimi akoye but eya Shatan kwa no motimi echin the call but then the fans unse makacho say Shatan ankasa no when it comes to music and when it comes to someone who controls the street and who controls a huge number of fan base in Ghana, I'll tell you that Shatawale is number one. Yes, honestly, Shatawale is currently number one. It's my culture say he is that kind of manner when it comes to Obi control the street. Number one, and now we saw a lot of fans, Shatter fans, SM fans, Shatter movement fans. Just Omudu Ministry Yoko officer. So they go protest. They say, boss no he is innocent and he's not. Done anything in Ghana, and was a Yoko boss no room and actually releasing or not or the ma omo na omo de ekofi na bibi etimi koye. So me the videos ni be ebetro kwanya I mean shatter movement fans no call echo strike here protest against the Yoko and making sure so omitimi abake omo boss Shatawale for him to be released from the Yoko office. I think say it was very a supportive agenda which was conducted by the SM fans and the SM youth. What I say, Bifri Nima, Bifri Kolegono, just say all across Accra. They went straight to Yoko office to protest against Raymond Archer. But the whole some no able to me abro. But it wasn't only the Shatter movement fans. But then when it comes to certain issues like this, Jana oppositions, that is the political parties in opposition, try as much as possible to also, I mean, have an impact in this particular issue. Because someone who said, when it comes to be controlling fan base or what doma, it is Shatawale, and the number of fans who trooping in Echo Yoko office one, it was very massive. So Enra, me want in time video this one me who the national youth organizer for the new patriotic party, that is the NPP, and his name is Salam Yakubu. Yes, Honorable Salam Yakubu. Oko sin ho, what is Oko Yoko sin ho, Ede ononso anwasem eko tuja. Na in commona Salam Yakubu eko di and say or say NDC for no, this is not the Osen Komo yet. They actually witch hunting people. Say so mudi free chairman won to me so or match I mean the won to me presenter achim kwana na almost so free almost so at the core celebrities are almost feel say almost brand any image, you know. A very solid the Republic of Ghana, but then almost also air which hunting currently as we speak celebrities are or no national youth organizer as a youth organizer for the NPP and someone who also I mean bear in the shoes of Shatawale, also controlling majority of youth in our country. No, he has taken it upon himself to declare his support for Shatawale as a Roman Archer the Iyoko boss itimi aditino ewo Iyoko office enra. It also the nanwasem etu dwa meba abechiche me itimi the ehun analysis ne ehun adwenhwe no etimi ede aba. But over this particular weekend, that was last week. Last week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, there was a particular beef and it started when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama a fly in the presidential jet and as Otu Kwine from Ghana out in Japan. So what I say now, according to some of the findings and some of the informations are Abetome National, the president ain't me anchor directly to Japan, but then ordinarily Dubai or waiting for Dubai for 22 hours. After 22 hours, and of fly from Dubai to Yokohama. One could see Tokyo because now also committed the Japan president Tokyo, but then Tokyo is the capital town of Japan. One could see Tokyo, but then of fly echo Yokohama. Na a home there was Okusin and son of a public train. What I say, our president needed to take a public train from Yokohama to the side of Tokyo. Senebeya Onubetima Committee, the president of Japan and the Japanese government, Senebeya, the other necessary negotiations, Betima Kosuye, Edema Ghana from Ghana, now with Ghana benefit, no, Ibitimi Ehunije. But from Japan, or the Nimitri Singapore, no, could you my ever honum. But no one sense, and Vincent Asifwa, he is the member of parliament for the Tafo constituency. Now, or the some sort of evidence be betuja. Say, check the kind of money, that's the amount of money the president of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, it's me spending on this kind of traveling from Japan to Singapore and his spendings it is very huge. It is very huge. But in the statement or the battle, Facebook, I think that he made a particular mistake. And no so Emma Stan Dogbe. He is the deputy chief of staff Edema His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Also be retreatee and make sure so beka in Simbia and ye Ediafa Vincent Asifwa. And these two people has caused the social media on blaze. I think say the back and forth between Vincent Asifwa and Stan Dogbe, it has been a back and forth. But many people are also requesting, say, Honorable Minister, that is Mr. Okujeto Ablakwa, should come out and apologize to Nana Dankwa Kufuado. Yes. I don't want the many on my yard. said Mr. Okuyetu Ablakwa should come out and apologize to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the former president of the Republic of Ghana. Because anytime Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo be to Kwenbiano, we have a certain man called Honorable Okuyetu Ablakwa, currently the minister, Obeba Bonting, abe criticizing the traveling expenditure of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo on his daily traveling sana oye edibwa or minor. But currently as we speak, John Dramani Mahama is suffering from these kind of allegations or no more opposition or mutimi edit told Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So it has become a big problem, and Ghanaians are requesting an immediate apology from Honorable Okuyetu Ablakwa. Say Ombe apologize to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo over that said allegations, that false allegations, that false criticisms are already here. That was in the last 8 years in the tenure of office of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, his traveling expenditure almost on the patch, because it's the same thing and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is also here currently as we speak. But my third pick now, metime rura in seminimo at the amount. Yes, metime rura in seminimo at the amount. That is your friend Branty B. Raff. The full name the Raphael St. Williams. Now over this weekend, and some days kakredam wakra. And Rich Hospital is one kind of hospital because of say my wife Juma or Honum, so I know say it is one of the hospitals last 2-3 days, the nurses were there, and someone who calls himself an activist, a political activist, no feeling say the so he needs to fight for the people of Ghana. No two ways about that. If you're a political activist, that you fight for things that are not done properly in our country, I actually support you on that particular program, and I say I support you with that agenda. But for you to take the law upon your hands and go into the Rich Hospital and assault a nurse, doctors with your guys over there, allegedly, I think say it was uncalled for. And I have some videos over here, and I'll bring you some videos and do critical analysis about that, because when the issue happened, I was an eyewitness to that, and then I'll make sure say we go into this particular issue and then we talk about it. But then one of the NDC communicators, that is Alhaji Suhini, is saying that Ralph should be arrested because the oil or mining mono, it is a national threat to the government of the NDC. And I think this is the first time that I'm seeing an NDC member speaking out the truth, not because the Ralph has designated himself to become member of the NDC protagonist, but then he is actually saying something that is true. So what Ralph is doing is a national threat to the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and I think that this issue is trending all over, and people are calling for the immediate arrest of Ralph. Say because allegedly he assaulted one particular nurse at Rich Hospital. It was very, very, very bad. But then this particular story is a bit immediate up to the man. But me catch say afina ultimate tuni ina. Make sure so bit subscribe to the amame. Subscribe it. So we Facebook follow call your handle social media handle Tofiakwa TV. Follow FMame. Share na comment. Because as the show is running now, I'll come and then read your comments. Your comment is very, very important to me. And me read your comments now at the amount, but me make sure say ubitima share and so at the amount. Ko YouTube share FMI na ko Time TV also on YouTube and also on Facebook na share na FMI na bibia entimi enkoyi na yendidi enkomo kama. Now, ewa mame the picture of Shatawale ni yendi enkomo kakra. Now, Enra na senene nansa. We saw a lot of things and also it was social media. A lot of people were speculating. Say if the Ghanaians, and I say Ghanaians are believe say criminals in terms of money laundering, in terms of tax, in terms of bromance, scamming, or scamming other I mean, US nationals are Yababe Chomodiomokono. We are saying that they are criminals until you extradite Chomodiomoko US. Now, those kind of news in Beto Jano. A lot of people were linking that kind of arrest of these Ghanaians, to one particular big celebrity in our country called Shatawale, Charles Nyama Mensah. I came and then I gave you analysis. Say me story ni na me follow story no on the agenda the Attorney General of US Eddie directed the Yoko boss Mr. Raymond Archer say on making sure say investigation be able to me across thoroughly in our country no bit me carry out their more no see yanhwe ya shatter e ho bit me born in seminimo bebe kan san sem no wa ha a lot of people took amudiko social media ko kan say sem na American sem be do kra bi enim. Yes, they went on social media and then disseminated false allegations. Say, "Meme tie can say be na sem na me kano say be infaso bi eni so ana say no kre bi eni." Me metna embo misrim enka asem. But sometimes assemble we need to have and as we need to view into an in-depth investigation, a possible research about the issue na be told you ano. Near making sure say issue na beto dwano a bit man link it to other people in our country and you were here. This particular investigation started within the previous government. That was Nana Danko Kufuado. An investigation but then the previous government wanted to shield some people who believe say when it comes to the finances of their political party, those people now arrested just last 2 months ago no. They finance their political party, allegedly. So it will be very difficult for them to betray them. Say, now the US people know MFO free crewman and form. It was very, very difficult. So they were shielding them. Now, fast forward the 2024 election. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, it's me we need an election, no? And there will possibly be a change of government from the NPP to the NDC. 7 January, that's why His Excellency John Dramani Mahama had a number power. Now, what needed to be done? They say that carried on project, and I said that agenda now the U.S. Attorney General, that was last year. No, he needs to continue because there has been a change of government. Maybe the previous government did not want to betray the citizens. So it was somebody back. Now they passed through the U.S. the U.S. embassy. The U.S. embassy, and coordinate and answer and link it up with the office of the president. Now making sure that they will have a required letter. A letter normally be called either the Supreme Court, the High Court, or any other jurisdictional court away Krumano, just to seek an arrest warrant. Say Bekwa Koche Sankrofono. Near Domako Iyuku, and Iyuku will start that possible investigation for them. So they needed to coordinate, and as they needed to collaborate with the government of Ghana. Fast forward, U.S. embassy so a collaborating, they went to the Accra High Court, had an issued, a warrant, and I'm making sure say the arrest warrant the said people. My bet now I don't want to go back to that particular story. That the Joe was part, Mr. Boots, Mr. Kofi Boots, Boateng was part, Park was part. I don't want to mention some people's name, but they were part. A lot of people were part. So East Legon, currently as speaker, 16 people, near best saw medium boys in 16, the best saw medium McCoy. Let me catch us say, Michelle the way issue in the corner. Kofi Boots, very close to Shatawale. Both Kofi Boots and Daddy Joe Remes is very close to Shatawale. And Michelle Semna corner maybe say if say Shatta or any other business with these two people, allegedly. One way a Shatta can be also be caught. But now a lot of people catch him and say in some American want to be a intro. They're being intro. Now, Kofi Boat only one particular Lamborghini. The yellow Lamborghini na Shatawale using to say, Ewa Benya sa picture of that Lamborghini, they are toso de Amaya. Yes. It's yellow in color. And then Shatta, na Shatta AUZ. So as of last 3 months ago, Yoko boss, that was Raymond Archer. Right here, and as I send an invitation to Shatawale, say possibly Lamborghini no use no. So one document will be to me the about Yoko office and community budget because of say there has been a particular investigation. An investigation no more no assessment say Lamborghini no doesn't belong to Shatawale, but then it belongs to a particular person called Kofi Boot. Or no, because of his criminal acts, ya extracted from Ghana to the side of US. All could do US no upon the series of allegations, anything near the born no. Open could jail close to about 20 months. And a kana wabonanas, a kana wabo to the US state no. The US government is making sure say any other properties will be confiscated to the US. No one making sure say the properties no a car wabro edieguan because he was involved in $100 million fraud bromance together with other people. I'm a boom within the actual no. It's a series of investigation who's a Lamborghini na Babidi Ghana and Lamborghini no Shatawale in the AUZ. I know very well say in our dealings, sometimes in our dealings we might not be aware of some certain things. It's so be torn out the crown say per se but possibly because you're torn yet say no documents I was a stress at the corner yediano. Sometimes we put blind eye over those kind of things. So utie shatter enuma semna utie Yoko boss enuma semna. The Yoko boss wanted to carry out a particular duty, a particular task. I don't believe he said it is a directive and it is an order from the US attorney department. Now, or contact Shatawale no. Shatta need komo emo catcher Mr. Raymond Archer said, fine, meba. But then me pese mo beba mi fie na wabe peki Lamborghini no. Because I have a brand to protect. And the brand name was me protecting no. I have a lot of people who looks up to me. I have a lot of brands I'm serving as ambassador. It is a mobile picking a Lamborghini. That's a media house. They shall say trot and send me the family one. I will lose some important deals are juicy for my brand. Mr. Raymond Etia said the man they wanted Shatawale to bring the Lamborghini to the office of Yoko. Now Oma conducted that said investigation Ediama Charles Niyama mentioned that's Shatawale. According to several reports Ama conducted from the Yoko office now. They waited upon Shatawale for about 2 possible months. Shatawale did not appear. And I said he did not bring the Lamborghini to Yoko office. So just last month, was it last 2 weeks or last? Yes, last 2 weeks. And Mr. Raymond Archer and then the boss, and then the guys, together with other, armed people, Oboko Shatawale fee, and making sure say, Omekwa kwaji Lamborghini because at that time, it is a directive from the US. And he is the Yoko boss and he needs to carry out his duty diligently. So I understand the part of Mr. Raymond Archer and I also understand the part of Shatawale. Mr. Raymond. So you were there last 2 weeks and then one possible, was it midweek, was it Wednesday or something like that? And then Shatawale came live, or shall I say, in social media. And after that, I started granting live Facebook session. We all know Shatawale say when it comes to live, so be a call live, he was, he is one of the guys as call live. A lot of people joined it because Oban live a trending at the chair. So he came on live that same evening. That was 8 p.m. I know about Bontimbeki can say Mr. Raymond Archer, Abanifi, Abefa, Lamborghini. Now buy no the two, any I didn't or the two name Crawford in the band on your criminal. I didn't also about any two a lot of issues. But at that material moment in time, Senka Shatawale Amba Bontian Bekika sign in seminar. And I think one bar Bontian Betrotro sign your mana. And I am not sure. So some of us will even know. Say Yoko and Yoko boss and then the boys. Akko Shatawale Fiako fan Lamborghini. Anyone sends him. And can you? But Shatta Nankasa took upon himself to debunk that particular news. Issue in the Barbantino. A lot of people were saying, say, any shatter. Lamborghini ni who sense me the Bibrina Phyllis a settings. Fine. Now, on the key Lamborghini in the coin, and Mr. Roman Archer, as also throw the man throw in a particular statement from the Yoko at the man. Chatawale say, chips in a meeting, say, Omokacha shatter, so ombra, wama. And also carry out the duty. I was so konokofakano, no more proceeding with a particular investigation. But Oma shatter up to 2 weeks, shatter should appear. Na shatter nanka se meche nsemu upon that said Lamborghini, that yellow Lamborghini there, that's now what you know. Or meche science. So yenke bin shemu yellow Lamborghini in the court. Now Shatta needed to buy another Lamborghini just to make his fans feel say he's that richest musician in Ghana. It's the Enra, was it Enra or Enra? Yes, Enra. No, Enra. And the purple Lamborghini. As we drew Ghana. It's the one manager, Mr. Samuel Tuba. Omo the Kokoyi, I mean Lamborghini purple one. No, yes, AY the better swam warrior. The purple Lamborghini. And I Shatta Ekoto to free US. A crown on the buy. And I just say Shatta at the two social media say after the yellow, Lamborghini now, Yoko for the fire, but sounds what the purple Lamborghini. Perfectly done for Chatawali. Suddenly, you may now or launch the purple Lamborghini, no. Suddenly, you may not, he needed to go to Yoko office to make sure, say, or have a basic interrogation. And that's an investigation, and Mr. Raymond Archer and then Crawford say, I'm interrogating, no. So after, the purple Lamborghini in the Betua Bontino, he needed to go back, dressed, and make sure to be called Yoko office. So I don't know you now, and then Yoko for and the Betche Shatawali at the free fee there be. The people of Baba Bontebaka say, Betche Shatawali the free fee there be. Shatta drove to Yoko office. And Okodru Honomono, he said, say, he wouldn't allow himself to be interrogated by the Yoko people unless say the council, that's the legal team, abahono. And Yoko fonzu ye you must say omu ye you must say from 6 a.m. 5 p.m. no me pay. See, I told the Okoshola say about 5. There's no way so bet me PD free honum. Omu detain you. This will be the next day. So it me it drew the bail conditions on the mount there. This will be the next day. The way to me. Yes. So Shatawale waited for about 7 to 8 hours. And suddenly the legal team the legal team they buy now bought 4:30 to 5. So there is no way to even post in the legal team they buy. That's our basic interrogation. No, almost share together with Shatawale bit me akoso there be. And that's there is no way to Shatawale bit me at that same time and that's at that same day they've been into me any possible. So the legal team they buy, they started the investigation and they started the interrogation. Upon basic interrogation, Shatta, Shatta denied, say, Lamborghini, he bought it from the street. And Nipa no tall on the honor, your friend Zach. Zach and the crampono, or new identity, or sounds who need a telephone number, or sounds who need a big crampote. He just bought it, $150,000 and a toy. And he doesn't even know the whereabouts of Zach. Interesting. That was the release that Yoko for at the Barbontin. The release now Yoko for the Barbontin. I don't know. Say AY Ebenya release of Yoko. Mr. Raymond Archer. The release not the Barbontin. After say a Barbontin say Omadi Tini Shatawale no. He made that particular possible release for the general public to have a fair idea about in common echoes between the Yoko and then Shatawale. So that's all. Shamame. And do the Nazumi Katana for Mami. Was A2 the first page and the second page. Very good. So share release the DR. You could easily attest the fact say Shatawale acted brilliantly with the Yoko for no. Because at that particular possible time, so Koya no share say on Yoko for no 18 Kuma. I don't think Senkobe finding himself very well. But then he needed to wait for his legal counsel members to come and make sure that any other communication beyond his legal counsel members will bear witness. Will bear witness to the kind of conversation a bit between Shatawale and the Yoko people. And when he did, Omobaya no, I say Zach no to no, or to $150,000. He doesn't even know an identity. Or to street, Nipa no street not tall Lamborghini no, or no crew identity no. So if said the document of this said Lamborghini no is claiming say and you know Shatawale dia fine, but no to will be or to street. Nipa no to no crown unim no and unim baby. But then we have the rules and regulations that is binding us in our country. And it is in our constitution. Yes. In our constitution, the constitution simply states that so koto adia your friend say chronodia. Even when you know and even when you do not know, you are also an accomplice. That is our constitution. TNA. Even when you know and even when you don't know, you are also an accomplice. It is a BFA say makwakoto phone. That's a phone na makoto. Nipa na makoto free no no. Say bi okowia phone no. E na wabeton dia ma me na mesu me magye phone na minimum ho hwe a. See bechi ne pa na so de ne ba me was say we na beton phone ma me so bechi me because I become an accomplice to that particular criminal act. Sana Shatawale issue no e kwa akoy. That's what I'm saying say I fully support the decision of Shatawale. I fully support the decision of the Yoko boss, Raymond Archer. But as we speak right now, the Constitution also stated clearly, say, you will also become an accomplice to that particular act. That makes the Shatawale incident become very critical, currently as we speak. Now we have a particular code on the street. Or mom walk streets, they know this particular code. It's a code 419. The code 419 on the street says, we don't snitch on your brother. Obio street being himself, we don't snitch. So what Shatawale was doing, he wanted to protect the identity of Nipana or Tom at the chrono Edeman. Whether say a coffee boat and a Tom Lamborghini in the man, he will not mention coffee boat team. Whether say a so-called Zach, we have a lot of people called Zach in our country. It is because he obedient the Zach. Means me because ni pass me see we a friend Zach there be. I say means because say ni pe be a friend Zach behind a cotton sa Lamborghini the match at all there be. So Shatta used his mental strength to make sure say it's not deceiving, but then he wanted to make sure say he will not snitch on his brother. That's Shatawale for you. The street is street. The street is streeting. Oh, Yoko office. Now, fast forward. Now, Samede project be Ed Shawa. According to one particular investigative journalist called Maureen Fletcher, he had one particular research about how stolen cars. I almost baby. And according to the basic investigation of Maureen Fletcher, she conducted this investigation last year. That was 2024. Or the big bar 2023, and just last year, 2024, was at that particular research and as an investigation games also by. Upon that investigative journalist, Obano, the near Wadaba Mountain, or see stolen cars area free Europe. Another part of the world, Edinburgh, Africa. No, so upe baby pa Africa. Stolen cars ni gupa or say West Africa. Yes. According to Maureen Fletcher, that investigative journalist, the kind of research or or see stolen cars say ope baby continental on what the bapa Africa, and even with Africa, we have the Eastern Africa, we have we have the Southern Africa, we have the Central Africa, Western Africa. The part of Africa stolen cars ni gupa West Africa. And West Africa, Ghana is number one. Yeah, and Yemen America. So, Maureen Fletcher, Asem Noka. SM fans, don't take me. Pacho, Emamon fans, I'm America, no. Say, make a Shatta down. Shatta will never steal a car. Shatter will never see like yeah, nam krumi. Ubeti me a POP the street. Ubeti me kunya phone be diffy. What I say? The last time phone na me use AY. Because POPZ street na mkotoe. Sometimes in kromo anom what I say nam baby a phones no etimi jego okwam. We hwemu a de ye ofe no we yibi. No atwa kana call baby. So what I'm trying to say is Shatter understand the street code. I mean cars no even last week I saw someone and all turn a car. I know AY. Yeah. And you can have VIT, right? VIT 4 plug. Also beton 1.2 billion old Ghana cedis. Yeah. Also beton 1.2 billion old Ghana cedis. Think ever see bisa bona kametoya a street car na mato. It's in say no say who asamba. Ebe ni pakrono ena me masumbe yeshi wo. But sometimes we become ignorant when buying such things. You understand? We don't go into it and making sure the documents pertaining to the object now yet tono. Very, very, very legit. And that was the mistake to me. Shatter a or honono. Or ton Lamborghini di free Zach honono. He needed to make sure that document a Zach Edebemanu Biana it will be legit about the Lamborghini. That was the mistake. But sometimes it is normal. Because you ask Nabrabona Yebono, and you'll be in the Sikabeson idea a store idea. Obuwan is a normal things at the street ebeto. So we got iPhone 13 Pro e was store. Na say the budget 6,400 da. Obi si beto iPhone 13 Pro Max 256 gig. It was street. Maybe obeton maybe 2,000. That's 2,500. Then you know the same iPhone. But a one sem band who say we know then I say yes. That is street code. It's normal. But what I'm trying to say is that Marine Fletcher, that investigative journalist girl no, and make that set investigation about stolen cars in free Europe. Any other part of the world. Don't want to about Africa and Africa no, baby about Pana West Africa. West Africans so Ghana is number one. So meaning say majority of cars and nam you chromo most of them is stolen cars. I had a particular video I needed to give it to our producer. It is quite a BBC reporter. A BBC reporter came to Ghana and then found one particular stolen car, a Uber. Our driver Nichi, a Krumwanum. Seriously, he was a BBC reporter. Or the Chomu Trake Kana Emusekan Ghana. It to offer Kano as Uber. And what taken Ubusa driver in his own car, no so can be the Uber. No, so Nakanum Senor. And then he caught that said victim, US. And I called the victim, was he real Kano last year, August, USA. So what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to certain decisions like this, sometimes we put blind eye over most of these things and then we don't even think about it. So, sanity. So, short and sensible, it is a stolen car, but it's not the fault of Shatawale, it's not the fault of Yoko. But upon basic, near course with Yoko office, Shatawale has been granted bail. Shatta has been granted bail. But first of all, the bail condition was 10 million Ghana cedis. Not 1 million Ghana cedis. It was 10 million Ghana cedis. And other two sureties are also Shatawale Emiti and Sana the bill finally omit me at the amano. But 10 million Ghana cedis is all about the old currency. It is 100 billion. Even close to about $1 million. Yes, close to $1 million. So the management of Shatta needed to plead and make sure say that Sikana Iyoko boss Raymond Archer omodia to Shatawale so no also mo pleading na Shatawale etimi etwiebi na omo granted bill no the man. So upon the basic pleading now the Shatta movement that's the Shatta management a pleading with Mr. Raymond Archer no the 10 million Ghana cedis no was slashed from 10 million to 5 million Ghana cedis. That was 50 billion old Ghana cedis. Shatawale needed to pay. Because Shatta Mayati say Nancy and Che, what on a catalog, at the amount one particular music distributor US, and not on a $3.5 million. It's a what on catalog $3.5 million. That's a grant to bill. 5 million Ghana cedis and Shatasika because arguably the self-acclaimed richest Ghanaian musician will be to meet their mind. So Shatawale met that bill condition with 5 million Ghana cedis, and then he made sure said Obi says Canada Eko and another two sureties, and also it me a buyer. But then I saw one particular man to me who said, "Oh, you're the godfather of Shatawale." The fantasy entertainment boss appeared at Yoko office, and I mean allegedly, Bebrena assume say the fantasy boss and as the fantasy entertainment boss or appear at Yoko office in say obe support Shatawale no. E betima ba say ono ene ko gine mu e ma sureties no e mu ba ko netimi ye adwuma de ma Shatawale. E me Shatawale. So that was a better of people. Oh, mutimi eko Yoko boss. Na Abrandepa, mame the supporters and I say the fans of Shatter movement, the Shatter fans, mame video for video no to so my ni enhwa de kakra bi wa. For video no to so enhwa de bi wa. Now see, me be ka asem bi. And asem na me be ka no. People should take it serious. See, Shatter is not a politician. Shatter is not a politician. He doesn't belong to NDC or he doesn't belong to NPP. Shatter is a celebrity and he is a musician. This is someone from 205, 206, 207 coming. He was called Bandana. So the Mokoho album that he released in the latter part of 2000s, no, he went off after that particular Mokoho album. And then he came back in 2013, rebranded himself as Shatawale, the new Bandana. Someone they come in the second coming. It just last 12 years. So me check it from 2013 to 2025. 13 years ni. But then so the number of years as Shatawale has stay relevant in our music industry. It is more than 13 years. But the second coming has lasted close to about 13 years. And Shatawale has made sure, say, me at justifying itself when it comes to popularity and when it comes to fan base. Shatta is a very big artist. At this particular material moment, I am tempted to believe, say, the Shatta movement and the Shatta fans is now curtailing to become a religion in our country. We have the Muslim, we have the Christianity, we have the traditional religion, but then the Shatta movement fans and I say the Shatta movement is trying and is even getting closer, becoming a religion in our country. Look at the number of people who troop into the Yoko office. Check the number of fans now. It is more than say Shatta a holy concert at Yoko office anymore. But I'm crediting 1957 news because omo video na mafa me show edi action no. So yeah, 1957 big ups. Seriously, a lot of people trooped in just to watch Shatawale. A lot of people trooped in just to make sure somebody protested for Shatawale to be released. And you think this artist or a small artist? See, we have big artists in our country. That the Lumba Nyamin from the NCA. Arguably, he is one kind of artist that even from his generation or shall I say born from 1980s, Ebano, he has been loved by Ghanaians. Absolutely. We have Sarkodie, Yosamini, we have Stoneboy. But I'm telling you, say, the number of fans, and the kind of fans, and the kind of people at Shatawale controlling currently as we speak in our country, each and every politician will try as much as possible to tap in. Yes. Any other musician will try as much as possible to tap in the popularity of Shatawale. I'm telling you for a fact. Shatta is not a politician. He doesn't belong to NPP, and also he doesn't belong to NDC. At this particular material moment, this boy is a national asset, and he needs to be protected at all costs. Imagine, say, I'm not saying say I didn't yoko for person Shatta Wale, but imagine, say Abia yache a big musician like Shatta Wale, na kwa koto efiase and Obano ye reported say bibia tono ewo prison or na say bibia tono ewo cells. So imagine kwanya the fans and before so are reacting, and these are number of fans that they support Shatta Wale and they can sing and they can die for Shatta Wale. His fans from Nima, his fans from Choco, his fans from Osu, his fans from Jamestown, his fans from Sakumono, his fans from Teshi, his fans from Kolegono. Massive support. Even Ashaman, I know very well. So when it comes to Ashaman is regarded as one of the biggest constituencies that we have in Accra. And arguably, Nipo in the face of Ashaman is Stoneboy. But even at Ashaman, majority of Ashaman even support Shatta Wale. I'm telling you for a fact. And on the kind of crowd now who here just in front of Yoko office, no, it was a massive one for Shatta. And that shows how people love the guy. That shows how people are showing their loyalty for Shatta Wale, irrespective of who you support. Me Shatta, I'm saying on point blank, Shatta is not my favorite artist. It's a Mobin yes, I'm a Shatta fan. No, I am not an SM fan. Shatta is not my favorite artist. My favorite artist of all time is Stoneboy. My favorite artist of all time in Ghana here is Stoneboy. And me per Stoneboy based on certain things. But when I look at the kind of control na Chama you control, the number of people at Chama you control on the street, you know, and there is someone, look at the number of fans who control it. There is someone, if the government wants to start a project about the youth, Shatta should be the first person to be communicated. If the government wants to establish a particular project, that will make sure say or the youth of this country everybody on the table, Shatta Wale should be the first person to be communicated. Me say me can't credit actual. Me a beam fan. I support Stoneboy because of his lyrical content, because of his lyrical dexterity, because of his vocal prowess, how he can sing, and how talented he is. When it comes to talent, when it comes to music-wise, I will never compare Stoneboy to Shatta Wale because Stoneboy is just there. He's a global icon. By followers, popularity, numbers, the presence of youth establishment in our country currently, Shatta is controlling the population. Shatta is controlling the population. The time makers say government people so establish a particular project involving the youth in our population. The first person, the first celebrity should be I was a government no contacting on should be Shatta Wale. The first person I was a government a contacting say me person me did this project eba na project na me eba no involving the youthful population of our country. The first celebrity, the first person I was a government, the NDC government contacting no Shatta Wale. It's enyame wanwa said the YE boss Malik Basantali contacted Shatta Wale and making sure say obe tapping in the numbers of Shatta Wale to establish and even bring up another business, that's the Shag's business, because Shag's business under the previous government now, and to me, I'm with you very well. But we've seen Malik Basantalia or the YEA boss. He saw the numbers and how popular Shatta Wale is, and then he needed to tap in the numbers just to make sure say Shatta fans no ebi kakra no ebedo the NDC government because of say he is trying to create employment for this number of fans. And you want to tell me that he is not a national asset? Shatta is a national asset. at this material moment, me say can be abrantepa. Me say government, the NDC government, if say or establish one particular project, the first celebrity I will say you're contacting no is Shatawale. He controls the street. He controls the street. So NDC government person establish a project. The first celebrity I was contacting no should be Shatawale because he controls the street. Look at the numbers. May be a beam nation. But Charlie, shatter is shatter. Shatter is shatter. Pacho beam for no beam fans. Pacho we there. I'm just spilling out the truth. You say we have the normal beef that we have with the SM fans, but sometimes you need to say the truth for people to understand and for people to even love you. It's like Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Abrantepa. Sad debate though. Talent wise, born the ball. Lionel Messi is bigger. Lionel Messi ni born the ball than Cristiano Ronaldo. But popularity, other things, these two debates, how good debates, they are very magical. No, is that the followers and the popularity of Cristiano Ronaldo Crano, it makes his brand attractive even more than Lionel Messi. Charlie, shut up, big ups. But say, oh, Shemia, Pacho, making sure so bit me a subscribe, Edia Mayana be to me a koi. Oh, yeah, Enoch Damwa. Or say, so if he doesn't know how he can register the car, I say, if he doesn't know how he can register the car, so onim kwa before so I register car na onko DVLA, DVLA, right? Yeah, okohonuma. I think say the proper, measures need the proper guidelines. Bit me abuanama, with me I register the Lamborghini. So purple Lamborghini, we don't want any yokophobia. So me send your money ma di abase. Shatawale na say there be empesa de TB. Currently as you speak, that's near mana air. So my come second pick in the Indian common. Na Shatahona nkasa biem no. I think say the NPP National Youth Organizer, Mr. Salam Yakubu. Abrantepa fan the video no to so mama ne yenhwa ade bi. Mr. Salam Yakubu, the NPP Youth Organizer, or the same be tudwa. And in some of the tudwa no, he was saying say the NDC government is one kind of hell of a government. They are trying as much as possible to witch hunt the NPP people. They started with Chairman to Mr. Bernard Entribu Siakon. Moving on from the Mr. Bernard Entribu Siakon at the Kwache Fante Comedy. From Fante Comedy, they went on to arrest the presenter of Untumi Media. That's Achim Kwanana. Amukwache no. Omocheche NPP for no Mr. Edubuahin Munino Omachomo. A lot of people and Omocheche within the NPP circle. And Omu believe say at this particular material moment, Mr. Salam Yakubi, the NPP National Youth Organizer, I believe say they are moving on from the NPP and almost also the back celebrities. So it almost share say with Shatawale. Pacho. I think say Mr. Salam Yakubu, Mami Kasim intro. Any issue biano, Ghanaians try as much as possible to create politics out of it. This is not politics. Yeah. This is not politics. This is not politics. Yes, I mean, Fato Somami, dear, or say, Batakari Fato Somami. This is not politics. Some come away now, me bedino. When your politics, anytime Biano, we try as much as possible to create politics out of Sa in Komowe. Sometimes no yana ayamiya. Asem na abano. That's the reason why I mention and because Shatawale doesn't belong to any political party. Either the NDC or either the NPP. He doesn't belong to any. Or no issue na ba. And or kwako solve it with Yoko. But the moment the NPP for no the National Youth Organizer because I said immediate common say so we check the popularity status of Shatawale. He controls the street and then he controls majority of Ghanaians that we have in our country because he's very popular. It's video net that's
when this government
this is the video na Salam
I've had a very principled position.
Memo video no. Yes, memo but in Kobana meeting say sometimes we shouldn't try to create politics out of Nsembi Ayana Tebi Enyame. It was a smart movement for Mr. Salam Yakubu to go into the event and make sure say Obe create some sort of support at the Amashatawale, because as an MPP youth organizer, even say the followers of Shatawale Kram who say MPP for Krampa Baharuma, a bit Timia Momo Akasa, oh, MPP for Krampu to Shatawale Kakra, because we are getting closer to the 2028 election. NCB the presidential flag bearership race of NPP be conducted in January 2026. Yes, next year Mupenyameboa, I got just 2 years. And 2 years no, possibly the possibility. So the NPP, ebetima snatch power from the NDC is very high. The possibility, so the NDC betima continue for the next 8 years is very high. Any other way around, will be a hope for the best in 2028 election. And these are some of the smarter things that as a national youth organizer, betima tapping, but and tapping in a way modernizing assembly man in Koyese. The NDC government currently, as we speak, is trying as much as possible to witch hunt celebrities. So the celebrities no matter. It's part of politics. See, in 2008, that Lumba bought one of the biggest songs currently, as we speak. It is one of the biggest campaign song ever to happen in our country. Nana Irina, right? 2008 for Nana Danke Kufuado. The NPP were in power. NPP co-opposition. John Evans, FIFA Tamil's Excellency, delayed. Eba power together with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yet he said, Omu which hante that Lumba. There be. Yante. Samini in 2008. Eba onyo de ma NPP. Yet he said, in 2008, Samini nako support NPP intino. John Evans, if you are Tamils, which are Debbie. Kwabra. They made sure say Kwabra so be NPP. Nana Danko Kufuado. Did we have a say? I said, did we even think about say NDC Honorable and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Muba Power which hunted Kwabra? Debbie. None of these celebrities were witch hunted by the NDC when they came to power from 2009 to 2016. Even 2015, that the Lumba released in Ethiopia, and then it was an official song for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Baby Biobekobia no boy in Ethiopia, because at that material moment, Ghanaians were criticizing his government. Ghanaians were criticizing his style of leadership, and he used that the Lumba. Song in Ethiopia as a slogan. It's Yakubu Salam Asemno Kekano. But then the Nyadri. But then quick. Abrante Pambienti, my mienti video the Kakrani and Braye Bametwaso. Mienti video the Kakra.
People who are not in politics, when they finish, they'll come for that. When this government comes, I've had a very principled position. And I have been here a number of times to protest arrest with unreasonable bail conditions. On that principle, I'm here this evening at impetus to it that you don't use bail conditions as a backdoor strategy to detain people and incarcerate them, like they have done Shatawale as latest victim, who was here yesterday throughout all the way till today. Someone was here, Hanan was here. So many people have been here that when you hear the bail conditions that they put on them, you wonder whether the mental thinking that went into it. Shatawale is well known. He's not somebody that you will not look for and find if you live here. Why can't you give him a self-recognizance bail? Because he's known. What is investigation? What if you finish and he has not committed any crime? At that point, you would have dented his career. that he might be, unable to recover. But this is one of our biggest music efforts in this country. Why do we treat people like this? They were doing it to politicians. They were doing it to MPP people. Today they have finished with the MPP, or they are still dealing with MPP people. Today they extended it to the celebrities that we have in this country, people in the creative arts, people who are not in politics. When they finish, they'll come for
Shut up. Shut up the assembly bow. Now, Mr. Yakubu Salam, in some now Okikano, say it's here for Munyamuku TV. Me makase menene enyadrin. Menene enyadrin because of say in some now all kano eluku say ase a prime bisuno NDC government currently a pe prime bisu omobe which hunted the celebrities. No. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that. Issue number shatter issue is out of politics. That's why I made sure and me catch them say shatter it doesn't belong to NDC or doesn't belong to NDP because I me move video we and I mean say me kasa asebui. So he doesn't belong to either the NPP or the NDC. It's young brush asem no cramp young fast asem to baby. It didn't come on. But in common say it was a smart move by Yakubu Salam, the national youth organizer. Because Shatta controls the street, he controls a lot of movement in our country. It's all corners who could show solidarity, who could show support, who could show an immense emotional support to Shatawale and the Yoko officer. To me, it was a smart move. But it is not something that the end is the Asha says some person which anti celebrities in our country. No, I know the young brushing off Nyan Koso. Apparently, Yenin Komo, now I think say over these weekends, we've seen a lot of things Koso in our country. I wanted to come to Asefua and Mr. Stan Dogbe, the deputy chief of staff issue, no. But my main fa Raf Diano and Twaso, because Raf Diano is very demanding. Now, main fa Mr. Asefua and Mr. Stan Dogbe Diano and Shetwani didn't come on. Fa Raf a picture to some mammy in come on. Raphael St. Williams, Abusian for Abranto das we friend Raphael St. Williams. He is a self-acclaimed political activist. Say he is making sure say the wrong things are koso o maimuno. On share masani man enkoso. So Galam say in Yamana koso within our country no. Raf was one of the people omutimi a massive demonstration even last year under Nanado Danko Kufuado. The National Cathedral, he made sure say obetimi akohonum akoye a lot of things at National Cathedral. When it comes to other things, demonstrations are well lead here. Raf etimi lead those kind of demonstrations within our country. Yeah. But Monday, because over these weekends I was at Accra and Bikuti Juma Kakra Honum. So I saw near maybe a course. And during my daily routines at Accra, I went to Ridge Hospital. That was Monday, and this issue happened on Monday. I was there and I saw what happened. We were there. Anyone who said in Krofobi the guy be wakunya accident, severe accident. Or then a squad boys be brave at the number Ridge Hospital. And over the buy and there was say nurses for no emergency, assemble emergency sana. The doctors and nurses for more hospital back catch or say assemble was so omu quick normal rushing the pandemic emergency ward. Normal shots making sure say hesa the pakron. But on daily routines, ne so omu edinoko emergency, na so omu hwe nipa krona, e was the huni pebi echo administrative desk. Na ordine card, echo tre ni patient ne wo no ordine card echo. No mo koti hu dwuma na nurses for e proceed e hwe sa nipa no e ma no ho eto no. But the Ghanaian system na e wa hanom no, yen kan ye. Afei na nanka the previous government no e try as much as possible say the system na e wo krom hanu no will be biometric in the sense say Ghanaian card now one as the Ghana card now one so we go hospital any other institution be will be use Ghana card number say you Ghana card number na e popepe Udin any details, ebe contain data. I bet me abo EDP. So ko US, ko European countries are sanity, obo number, and as obo udia. Because I say data no bibia wa system ni muntino. Bibia ebe pop it up, information bibia ebe pop it up. Europe sanity, but in our country Ghana no, afei and another the previous government no, which was led by Mr. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and even Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, no the electronic system neighbor no, he wanted everything to be done, and you too now by Ediguya NDC about power no. It said Oko Hospital emergency assembly said Oko Hospital unless it's be rush I held here better was a money pay be all around no or call an administrative desk now or do card echo no more check it up at the back. Send a beya, waka no more the becono. Some sort of questions be because a nipano, then a tono, then the on. There was some bizarre questions in the beya doctors in this for no more no. Omit me his any pacroni very well. It's almost one of this nipano by I'm talking about Regional Hospital. Yes, they did nipano in accident now. The boys a rushing in, then they buy it. Or the buy no nurses for no or more heno. But so here video no and not oh Nipana no dahonom na. You can easily attest the fact say the accident was severe and Nipano survivor no was very low. But the doctors and the nurses at the Ridge Hospital were doing their possible best to save the life of that particular victim. At the material moment now, a branch and a dahonom no. And a Ralph and so a buy Ralph buy he was bleeding. Ralph was bleeding. Ewan insa. And I say a branch or down no more show no. And as a man for now more emergency when I hear no. Nurses for no enjoy shano more helmono. Not omumbra into his aid. Near me head Ninsan and Faman. No, so what? No, so okay, yeba. But he be assigning one particular nurse the amount. Not nurse no. It's me a show. Oh, Ralph no. I'm talking about Ralph. Ralph has something making it. Video need that's why or more hands. With the video need that's so. Yeah. So what I was saying is that Ridge Hospital man one nurse almost assigning one nurse the man Ralph and not her Ralph. And even according to the nurse was saying say Ralph and Sana na echuchana na moja crampo no. Na moja no ada. It's a severe injury. But then also what the goals any adiachitre at the man. No cleaning the wound of Ralph at the man say be ya or be clean. And I'm catch Ralph say or maybe but person will continue with the medical treatment but almost call administrative desk. Na fa card cotre na omu twaso show. Ralph say then oboni di na wasen kan di one system. No more catch us there be ye krom Ghana hanom no dey. Sa system no anyhow. Sa system no Europe say Europe no akotena and now feel say so call hospital e bold was say we data no bibia pop up. Ahanom dey ebi ni ha. Etu dey corner koje card. No mon twaso no mon show. Was say identity na nurse no e kasa asem dey atre no. Identity na nurse no e kasa asem na atre. According to report and even me Mitsbakacho said I was there. So according to stuff, around the part, many are brain patcho. Assembly is no a severe assembly because I have someone who also works at the health sector. So according to reports, nurse ne catch and say. On funny card and call reception or an administrative desk. No coach card, no bar or matwas hen. But certain internet in the case as a natural is uncalled for. Meanwhile, that same nurse and other people no more were also attending to a branch and because when your motor accident none in Crawford in a back Ridge Hospital or branch in you know we had other nurses no more attending to that particular victim. Ralph the camera coach na nurses for no so any hospital no ye dey or disturbing the peace of other patients are no more hospital. Obi all right. But sometimes, all right, no, a doors one. Na ekwa koye say, oh yeah, obi a opesa ohye obi, there be. You walk into someone's office and you want to show that person the onye. It doesn't work in that way. You can make a suggestion, but you cannot direct the person to do what you want him or her to do for you. On way na juma. It's metiano ma me show me can say me no be frabontia ba be chem say can say me say can say that be because I know what I'm saying. You can only bring a suggestion, say, oh, can ya Maestro, yeah, you say. But Sana Ghana nete, Obia sorry no afa law no de ahye ne nsem, na say bi onenam, na odi nsem hum nsem bia ehia. Okọ honom no. Odi camera na ewo honom no. Nurses for no bebre na ka chen say niema na oye onjai, and according to several reports allegedly, he instigated some of the in Crawford no around because Ralph no on one person the buy, but other victim now make us say Onyamoto accident now didn't go to Rich Hospital. Now the boys were around. He instigated those boys to beat the nurses and the doctors at Rich Hospital. And there was a nurses for Ghana. My wife was there. No, so Johnny name at the free hospital. I can't say no befi because it is not accepted. It is unacceptable for those things to be done at a particular hospital, a highly respected and a reputable hospital. Outrage. It's a krumano. Na obiye adebi ope. Now Abrandepa video na daso currently no. CCTV video na daso no. Rough video na daso no. Eye kwan ya o say CCTV video de any sound. Mostly no ya na any sound. It's way eye video Abrantie no American asem no. Rough ekoko assorting nurse. Eko training sa ewo nurse bi so ewo Rich Hospital at the time nurse Nina all man the pressure say on be hwe obi no sa nurse Nina some more video na you can easily tell the fan say other patient are almost nurse ni so attending to those people no urgently as well or but Ralph had that kind of audacity. He had that kind of courage to assault that said nurse. Video na that's some more video no. Quite Ralph efa so assaulting nurse no ho no. It's anye amanfo ne pattern na. Enya amanfo ne pattern na. Enka osanso ekobo nurse na sanso aka ho. Otere nsa wo nurse ne so. But we had a distance between Ralph and the nurse and the mover into a train and nurse and then he was still holding the camera. He was still holding the phone and not all filming and the incident near my hospital. He was filming those kind of incidents. At the hospital, it is not even allowed to take a picture of a patient or take a video of a patient. It is not even allowed. It will help. Secondly, walking into a hospital to create unnecessary noise and unnecessary disturbance to other patients or more. Ne yenti kromo ano. Se obi yare na se ne yem hye no krampa otimi fam wo ana yenim. Obi yare the hospital. Enta ko hospital a yenye de wo honom no. It's not enkra severe emergency unit ni yema enkra enwura ho. Emergency unit a keteli and I say efa patient a omo yare mu oden no yema nkura nkokọ because enkra ko omo disturb omo peace because sometimes no say patient ni yare a ohia enough rest to recover. But this guy went into Rich Hospital and started creating unnecessary disturbance to the noble patients and or Rich Hospital. And some of us want to tell me, say, normal, I also go create that kind of unnecessary tension at our hospital. Why should you create unnecessary tension at our hospital? At that same Rich Hospital, at that same material movement, a lot of surgeries in the Kosovo Hospital. Okomo maternity hall one man. At that same moment, a lot of deliveries in the Kosovo Honum. And it's a doctor Bishe, Eshe, theater na say or pretend or surgery aji obi nkwa that's what is they be say air so a checking the kind of tension any near me because or you be surgery o mecha en common na di no pure deep person na me no in common me no di no because I've been to hospital and I know how it works. So doctor will pretend say or conduct surgery, he needs a peaceful mind. So be obey me carry out a successful surgery. Want me enko create unnecessary tension e wo hospital. Want me create unnecessary tension e wo hospital. So if you say the victim be nyas and we call hospital, nurses for no ntimi attend to that kind of person now, making sure so be claiming a good report. Then you put those nurses, you put those medical doctors on for the immediate institutional I was say you conducted that necessary investigation. But any one didn't say obe assault a nurse or hospital. It is not accepted. You can't go to a hospital and assault a nurse. Senia Yasha Siache Nkrofu Krumhanomono. Range Hospital demanded immediate arrest of Raf in the next 48 hours. 48 hours in the the medical doctors and nurses from all Range Hospital says so manche Rafa on the strike. They will not work at Range Hospital. They will go on strike. Range Hospital will strike. Or medical doctors and the nurses will release a statement and per the statement and what they said. They are saying is that so manche Rafa they will go on strike. Now, Brantie, mami video no. Nurse Nina Raf air assaulted no. Muyenhwe nurse ni nti nsema oka. Mami sa video no. The nurse said something to me share na me raho. And according to report, this nurse is a rotational nurse. Only a permanent staff of Region Hospital. Or your rotational nurse, because a rotational nurse or the national service.
And he won't sit down.
I'm not a video no.
He was just, he wanted us to leave everybody and attend to him. So we explained to him. Ralph.
Okay.
We explained to him. And then he was like, he won't sit down. And my church told him to get a card. A hospital card. He said, why should he get a hospital card? Because his name must be in the system. Once his name is tied in the system, it should everything should pop up. And my church said, no, it's not done like that in Ghana. There he was angry because he was told it's not done that. That is not done in Ghana. And he started insulting us. We don't want Ghana to progress. Then he brought out the phone. But initially, I did a pressure dressing for him. In his finger that he said it was bleeding. It had bled. The blood had dried. So I just had to put a gauze on it so that we reassure him. He wasn't happy about it, so he took off the dressing I did for him. Then I approached him and I told him that I've done a dressing for you, so be patient. We have 2 trauma cases and other he came in. He was just, he wanted us to leave everybody and attend to him. So we explained to him. Ralph.
Okay.
We explained to him. And then he was like, he won't sit down. And my church told him to get a card. A hospital card. He said, why should he get a hospital card? Because his name must be in the system. Once his name is tied in the system, it should everything should pop up. And my church said, no, it's not done like that in Ghana. There he was angry because he was told it's not done that. That is not done in Ghana. And he started insulting us. We don't want Ghana to progress. Then he brought out the phone. But initially, I did a pressure dressing for him. In his finger that he said it was bleeding. It had bled. The blood had dried. So I just had to put a gauze on it so that we reassure him. He wasn't happy about it, so he took off the dressing I did for him. Then I approached him and I told him that I've done a dressing for you, so be patient. We have 2 trauma cases and other cases.
So this was the video of the nurse. Ralph etimi assaulting no. Ono yes, ono akwahe no. My oh my. And Abrantepa, we have video on the way sit here no. Che. Nurse ni yabo na suma match say bi aka nensa no. Ya hwe nurse ni na suma allegedly. Just say Chama Mali. Rotational nurse Kinchi Mali. Ya man Mali no. Na who say like ya bandage no. What I say meaning say it wasn't only about the slap allegedly. It wasn't only about the slap, but then they assaulted the girl. Assault the bit say the guy is also so the omunsa keka girl no after say Ralph assaulted girl no, which is uncalled for. But they ain't taking the job ababa 1 year. I'm not sure. Say if the Ghana was to be a serious country, a man assaulting a woman, I don't think Senka Europe or the young fast away nurse new Cranton chain. Say Ralph a copy him Europe, a copy him UK, a copy him Italy. That I mean Netherlands or US. And wako assault but I'm not sure Senka on the home channel. I'm not sure. Say come by now. Enke ya channel. And can you not court bail 2 times? I prepare the bail sentence. Sorry. Yeah, I mean prepare the jail sentence. But Ghana is not serious because of say ordinary share a said political party PhD. So he feels say he can use that particular political party mandate can or the bay at or pay which is very, very, very wrong. Very, very, very wrong. Hey, that same Ralph as man make me be video being so the actual. Abrante, my video now last year, the Stop Galam said demonstration and no more you blocking 37 military hospital. That same Ralph called blocking road, and according to several reports, allegedly there was a pregnant woman. Anna or 37 aqua delivered, but because of say yes, but because of say no blocking road no pregnant woman no ewu wakanim obuni drew 37 military hospital no. And upon the relative of that pregnant woman neighbor cancer pregnant woman in ya bema eben eco face no or say Ghana kra emua ewo kromu ana na owu a na eden don't share video like people are dying. What do you want? What are you doing? What are you making? Obi one eye day. And I'll buy a woman. I'm making less sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Get traffic out. What I was saying will come at the gun. Bra. Go hospital. What's all come at the gun? What's the reason of the box? People are dying. What do you want? What are you doing? What are you making? Obi one eye day. And I'll buy a woman. I'm making less sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Get traffic out. What I was saying will come at the gun. Bra. Go hospital. What's all come at the gun? What's the reason of the box? People are dying. What do you want? What are you doing? What are you making? Obi one eye day. And I'll buy a woman. I'm making less sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Get traffic out. What I was saying will come at the gun. Bra. Go hospital. What's all come at the gun? What's the reason of the box? People are dying. What do you want? What are you doing? What are you making? Obi one eye day. And I'll buy a woman. I'm making less sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Get traffic out. What I was saying will come at the gun. Bra. Go hospital. What's all come at the gun?
What solution are the boss? People are dying. What do you want? What are you doing? What are you making? Obi one eye there. And I'll buy
where Ralph? Last year, guy now who video him now. I mean on the Ralph. Yeah, that kind of altercation. See, a pregnant woman and mechanism so who okay muno. Pregnant woman no woo ye no. Ninu ya bema and the face Ralph. And a Ralph air catcher and say Ghana no or say emwa bukrumwa. No uwu ana ye den. One would and the riasino and namno. Rias Macachos they be around. The law of karma. What catch will be so be a boa sebi uwu ana ye den no. Ghana for ye moi. Emwa bebrebe wa look. Emwa bebrebe Ghana for ye moi bebrebe. Ebi wu ana ye den. Ghana for see, Sansam na Ralph Ekayano. And then the one who says, I am one or Muwo Krumhanum na be a nurse. No, who need you wouldn't be Cockroach Hospital. Etimia who says, Sebi, would you nipa? It is our Buana will say, oh, no, Onjai and one be no more Hewunipano. Eh? You will send me one more. See, the government. These are some of the necessary things that the government should take in place. And the government should be serious about this particular issue. He cannot go to the hospital and say he's a political activist and create unnecessary tension in our hospital. Uria was also assault a nurse at Rage Hospital. As also allow other people who are instigating other people allegedly to beat the girl up. And I heard the state of the girl, heard the condition of the girl, heard the condition of the girl, and I don't understand the reason why up to now, Assembly C, I think Monday or Tuesday, and up to now, the government hasn't issued an arrest on Ralph. Up to now, Assembly making you issue any arrest on Ralph. But here in Microphobia, Matana baby, I can't say, Matana TV, so I can't say. And the government, because of saying him say science seminar microphone kind sabi enye nintino government take arrest him. We supported the government because you believe say sabi sawotna I mean TV echi and sawotna o microphone echi say wo ka sem bia sabi won so wo nyansa kakra for nyansa kakra ton in some presenters because kan ye cheche wo no I sat here and I said science seminar kan ni nyina sabi it was uncalled for. And there was a show government got show it's adding to obi etimi I induce physical action. What taking the law into his own hands? I go into a popular hospital. I'm talking about a reputable hospital. This hospital was built. This hospital was renovated by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama when he was in power in 2014. It was renovated by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in 2014-2015. I'm talking about the Ridge Hospital. I'm talking about the Ridge Hospital. That same hospital, the certain president, the current president, Sika Kesi, renovating a hospital, a standard hospital. No, we are having someone now because of his self-parochial interest, something that he wants from the certain government, also a political activist. Something that he wants from the government, either contract or any other thing that he wants from the from the government, or say or a political activist. It's yenjano. Now Uncle Hospital will not call it sebi nyema hunu in some hunu nyema ehia. Uncle training sa nurses for so. Uncle cause unnecessary tension at our hospital. Uncle cause noise pollution at our hospital. No unfan hundi free. No, we are on some social media. No somebody defend that bad act now or portray a hospital. No some bra and be defending on social media. You need to chrome hanum. Na you need to chrome hanum. Near Hesani Pakrono. Mr. President, Health Minister. I'm very sure so hospital has the scenario of that kind of issue near see, you know. The health minister watch it. Health minister watch it. Watch it. The Ridge Hospital no etimi release a statement, and what they are saying is that Omuma, the health minister, 48 hours, or arrested Ralph. 48 hours na esone and then you by 6 p.m. not 48 hours now, so international many abreno. Health minister, a man same way embe popular, a man same way embe trendy, emo juma oye as health minister and embo. Emo juma oye no, e humba asem emma yen you free honum. We are talking about code of conduct, and we are talking about Nyema. And was it a corner pepe or mining? And you want me to believe, say, it's Ralph Benin and Hosakwa. This is the same guy under Nanado Danko Kufado. All your demonstration, Omoko blockade 37 military hospital. Emma Nipa Wuye Nipa no many serious injuries. Nipa no moko, maternity ward akwawo. Nipa ni bi wuye. Just at the entrance of 37 military hospital. So we have video now, but also Ghana phone bebrena ya mwenti mwani biwa na yete. This is the same guy. This is the same guy. I am not sure. Same way, Bennett, even Bennett, an NPP member, Bennett, an NDC member, may met na support will be that. There be. We are talking about someone. What causes threat to someone's life? And I'm not so opiyewu. And now on no so into no obi ewu. Country be anywhere. What then could they do agro krumano? No Ralph no why? Who is he? Who like Sagan? Who is he? Who is he? Ralph, Charlie, zoom in. Ralph, oh yeah, why? Oh like oh yeah, why? Unyopia. Or mine that honor. Someone started fighting for started fighting for our freedom. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah started it. Some people started fighting for our freedom. It's all they now you know. A right. But Sebi, Fanyansa kakra to home. And you be an egg. And you be an a sebi. Odem rubber shell ubotum. No, I adebia was away. Sometimes, oh yeah, debia, Fanyansa kakrafatum. Assembly see or Ridge Hospital, no, say even if you were writer, choir of France, assembly bay, currently as you speak, what for? And it is the same Ralph, whoa, Rafi, and I call blockade the 7 military hospital. I was a Ghana for being me a moa, and one be one eye thing. Say Moano, it been a good Ridge Hospital, no, me no. Uprian, who bleedy ones and all courses I am one eye, her when she shows up on my bois. And one of them now walk on. Also, a moon court no one shows on my bois. It's adding now all quarters, who are for so we depend on quarters of Abua. Abua the Sanka Yambuno, who Jan no one now will go in so in Panoyabua, as in some board on them who said, not being to me part in Yepe. It's I am one hour walk almost on all commons saying. Sometimes no. Yeah, you take it decision here, and you may be him say in a long while, a bit mako editia. Yen say in a long while, a bit mako editia because of some sort of association. Be our question a one particular political party, you think you can do whatever that you want. Health minister, do the necessary thing. Do the necessary thing. Ralph needs to be arrested. 48 hours there now.
Say a big thank you for supporting, and for being around me in times like this, because I needed you guys the most. You guys are the ones that hold me down. Once again, I want to say, a big thank you to everybody that has been in support of this. Shouts to Neo Original One Don, who has been a father to me too, and he's been very supportive to us. Well.
So this is the video, and
to all the staff of Yoko, you guys have been wonderful. At least I came there. You guys really took me through that rightful processes that was needed, and I just want to say God bless you, and to Mr. Ramonacha, I just want to tell you, I thank you so much for your understanding done is safe, and
$500,000 and a billion with other two sureties. So Shatawale etimi adase, but before say we Shatawale video ne de jumedi ne sino mamendo bibia se mo a mutimi ehwe subscribe share comment no mamenda obibia se. I've seen a lot of comments etimi aba ewa ahanum we free Enoch Damwade and Makai, we also free John Kofo, or some Maestro, and our true fire emojis. And we also free Edward Owusu and Sir Geoffrey, or say the big dawn is on fire. Thank you. Once you hear Odonko, Michael, and say the versatile Maestro, yes. Any other messages are 80 but Mendo Bibiase, na Yemfa, Jumedi NC, Ewo, Ahanom Bidin, and the big brother GH, the Maestro, na the executive producer, yes. The and then the production now very solid, and production now very solid because it's been a while, and that Brantipaya success has been that special producer with me producing this particular show. I'm a BPA etimi Akoyi Ediamaye. So Monday, Makacho say Monday show no Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays 11:30. Paying na ye dinkomo. What that's not ye dinkomo. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. You be dinkomo. Now was saying come the interview be blown there, but producer say the interview into me I'm break through. But number Monday, you see a flyer, and then you definitely see the person who will be coming on board. He is a big man in Ashanti region. But I say Ashanti region or more election, delegate election because no, he is competing for the assistant general secretary within the political party NPP. No Ashanti region, or a lawyer. Because Monday is me that kind of suspense because Monday with the sandy packets and beba fidimu ha need to meditate and come on. It's a political house show with people that GH with a brand fire success as my executive producer. Hana me do besi na Monday ebeshia Shatawale Thanksgiving you hear video no na video ni sipe na wanti yenka na yedia program desi show hu ye akra.
To all the staff of Yoko, you guys have been wonderful. At least I came there. You guys really took me through that rightful processes that was needed, and I just want to say God bless you, and to Mr. Remonacha, I just want to tell you, I thank you so much for your understanding. Done is safe, and I'm home now, and I just want to say a big thank you for supporting, and for being around me in times like this, because I needed you guys, the most, because you guys are the ones that hold me down. Once again, I want to say, a big thank you to everybody that has been in support of this, shouts to Neo Original One Don, who has been a father to me too, and he's been very supportive too as well. To all the staff of Yoko, you guys have been wonderful. At least I came there. You guys really took me through that rightful processes that was needed, and I just want to say God bless you, and to Mr. Remonacha, I just want to tell you, I thank you so much for your understanding. Done is safe, and I'm home now, and I just want to say a big thank you for supporting, and for being around me in times like this, because I needed you guys, the most, because you guys are the ones that hold me down. Once again, I want to say, a big thank you to everybody that has been in support of this, shouts to Neo Original One Don, who has been a father to me too, and he's been very supportive too as well. To all the staff of Yoko, you guys have been wonderful. At least I came there. You guys really took me through that rightful processes that was needed, and I just want to say God bless you, and to Mr. Remonacha, I just want to tell you, I thank you so much for your understanding. Done is safe, and I'm home now, and I just want to say a big thank you